Collective, your looks and your personality, you get judged by them a lot of the times. Like, you're somebody who your looks also become a distraction to other people. And this is not even your fault, collective. You're just living your life. You know what I'm saying? Doing you. Your looks and your personality can come as a distraction to other people because you are not someone who is normal. Like your personality and just how you show up, just like your physical appearance may be exotic, or it may be something that is people aren't used to seeing, or you know how people physically, like people will look at you physically and judge you based on how you look. So for instance, you could be somebody who's extremely tall and have an athletic build, so people assume that you should be in some type of contact sport or some type of athletic field, you know, whatever field, like they feel like you should be in some type of sports or something, you know what I'm saying? But you might not even like sports. Or you could be somebody who's extremely short and small and they might assume, oh, that person's so little and tiny, you know, they're so friendly and mild and meek, but meanwhile you might have the largest personality that they've ever met. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be the life of the party, little old you in that little body. So, and I feel like, collective, this is something that you've always had to experience or go through when it came to your physical appearance. Like, people would judge you based off your physical appearance, but then how you are, how you show up in the world, it contradicts that, if that makes sense. And it's only because of stereotypes, right? Like, people play into the stereotypes, but then people also believe the hype about the stereotypes. So it's like, that's the only reason why people judge you from your looks, you know. But if people just had the mindset that, oh, people can be whoever, then you would not, you know, it wouldn't be such a distraction. It wouldn't be such a big deal. But because of the society that we live in, it's so superficial. Your physical appearance has become a talking point for a lot of people, collective. And I'm sure you're amused by it, you know, especially if you're someone who's gone through many experiences with, you know, just you being treated differently or judged based on how you look, you know. And oftentimes you're someone who actually, you know, you surprise and you shock a lot of people because, like I said, they believe the hype about stereotypes. So they're judging you based on how you look. But then as you continue to move through life and you just show up, as you contradict them, or as you know, surpass those stereotypes, you shock people because they're expecting you to be this way. They're expecting you to talk about these things. They're expecting you to know or be interested in this, that, and the third. Yet you are interested in this over here, or you know about this and they had no clue, right? Because assumptions. Like, when people assume, people just assume a lot about you, collective. And then you might be this type of person, you don't reveal a lot to people. You're not someone who is a chatterbox and you overshare things about your life. No, you're not clearing anything up. You're more of a private person. So when you're more of a private person, they really assume things, right? Because you're not giving that information out. You leave a lot of room for imagination with a lot of people, and this also makes you so mysterious, collective. But it's not like you're doing this on purpose. It's not like you're just purposely leaving information out or trying to be, you know what I'm saying? This is just who you are naturally. Like, you don't overshare, because in the past when you've overshared, you've seen the consequences of that. So you've learned to not over give information when it's not necessary or needed, right? you also could be just somebody who lives life according to you. You don't follow trends or what society says you should do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're somebody who has a mind of your own and you think on your own. You don't think like everyone else. You don't say, oh, hey, I wonder what everyone else is doing. Okay, so let me fall in line and fit in. No, you're going to do what you feel is comfortable for you to do. And because of this, you stand out even more, But it just cracks me up because, people, they start to move differently around you once they realize that, whoa, this person isn't who I thought they were, or that person isn't, they don't live up to what I thought that they would be living up to, right? When you don't fall in line and you don't, you aren't the stereotype that they thought you were. You're not the person they thought you were. Now you start to scare people. People start to pay attention to you more and watch you more and focus on you more because you become unpredictable. And when you're unpredictable, that is a fear for a lot of people, especially people who make it their business to, move through life based off of what they know about you or based off of what they can predict about you, right? Some people like knowing, oh, okay, that person, they're going to do this. Or in this situation, they're going to do that. Or they're going to be this way. Or they're going to say this. Some people like that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to you, it's like you never know what you're going to get. It's like Pandora's box because you don't move off of how everyone else moves off of, and the way that you move is unpredictable. So you're just a problem for a lot of people, collective. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you're a problem, you have to fix it. No, keep doing you, keep living your life unapologetically. You're only a problem to people who want control. You're only a problem to people who want to plot and plan on people. You're only a problem to people who live with a lack-based mindset. Because, people out here who are who have an abundance mindset, you wouldn't be looked at as a problem, okay? Because they're operating out of an abundance mindset. So it's only the people who feel like they lack something in life that when you come around and you show up, now you're the problem, right? And they make it their business to make sure that you are a problem, right? Like, again, your physical appearance becomes a distraction. Your personality becomes a distraction, right? Because something within their physical appearance or something within their personality, they lack. Something that you got that they don't, okay? And that's all it is, collective. That's just what it is, But this is just a video to confirm what you already knew. Yeah. Your looks are causing problems. And your personality too. You're too much for people who cannot handle authenticity, right? People who don't live in their own truths, you become a problem for. But that's a them problem, never a you problem, collective. So don't even worry about that. I'm just here to, remind you of who you are, right? And listen, this message isn't for everybody. So don't go forcing it or trying to make it fit or going in the comments talking about, oh, well, I didn't do this. Or listen, if you feel me on this message, you feel me. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. We gonna leave it where it's at, and that's just where it is, okay? And if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe if you enjoy the content, okay? You don't gotta subscribe if you want to, but we a vibe over here, right? Love y'all. Karkar. Talk to you later. Bye.